Man, it's your boy Dax, and make sure you check me out on the Bootleg Kev podcast.
Yo, Bootleg Kev podcast, special guest in here, my guy Dax. Welcome to the show, man.
Man, it's your boy Dax, and we back at it like a bad habit. If you want something in this life, you better go grab it. And today, baby, we about to make a big play.
He totally just turned that shit right on.
Yes, sir. Got to start off with my affirmation.
We was very much talking, and then that shit just
Boom.
Bam.
Yes, sir.
It startled me. Welcome, man. How you been doing, man?
I'm great, man. I'm great. I'm really good.
Yeah, you got this new record, Dear Alcohol, that we just watched together.
Yes, sir.
It's like country-ish. Would you say it's country? You kind of sing with a bit of a country accent?
You know what's crazy? Like, that's how I just sound when I'm like normal tone singing. But also just like places I've lived, I've been influenced by a lot. Wyoming, Montana.
Shout out to, have you ever watched Yellowstone?
No.
It's based in Montana.
What is that?
It's just it's a TV show with Kevin Costner. It's based in Montana.
Okay.
You play basketball in Montana?
Missoula, Montana, University of Montana, Big Sky Conference.
Big Sky. So you played there and Wyoming?
I played at Casper College in Casper, Wyoming. I played at University of Montana in Missoula, Montana, and I played at Newman University in Wichita, Kansas.
I was going to say, I thought you played in Wichita too, yeah.
Yeah, 3 schools in 4.5 years.
Damn.
Transfer bug bit me.
What was that like? If you're playing basketball, because those are obviously, was Missoula the biggest college you played at?
Yeah, that was D1.
Because that's Big Sky Conference.
Yes, sir.
So you ended up there at the end?
No, I got there, finally achieved my goal of getting Division I basketball, then wanted to do 3 years there because I was a sophomore. And then there was a coaching change. Tinkle went to Oregon State. Travis DeCure came in from Cal. And then it just didn't work out. Whole new coaching staff. I got hurt at one point, came back. Then they asked me to transfer.
What did you play?
Combo guard, like 1 and 2.
So kind of
I was a scorer.
Like Monta Ellis.
Yeah, I was a scorer for sure. I was a sniper, you know.
You're like Jamal Crawford.
Nah.
Jamal Crawford's a combo guard. Maybe
he's a combo guard, but he's like 6'8".
Yeah, but like
I'm 6'2", you know?
But he's a scorer.
Yeah.
He's like a mercenary.
One of the GOATs, man.
Dion Waiters.
Crazy, amazing player as well. I would compare myself to more like a Jay Harden.
Okay.
But with, you know. Actually,
you look like James Harden
right,
without the beard.
Right, that's why I said that, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right. I was a mixture of people.
Okay.
But the Mamba mentality, because he's always been my favorite player.
Has anyone ever said you look like James Harden a bit?
I've gotten it quite a bit.
I see it in the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to James Harden.
Big eyes, see right through you.
So what's been going on, man? I mean, obviously you've kind of turned into one of the biggest independent artists, period, on the hip hop side.
Hey, man. Thank you.
What I appreciate about what you do is like, I feel like you very much do your thing and kind of drown out whatever else is happening in the world.
Right.
You have your what you do. I was just saying you treat your records and videos like they're albums.
Yeah.
But you know, it's been a long journey, and I feel like now, I mean, you're bigger than you've ever been. How do you feel about like where things are now, man?
I feel great, and I like what you said about I always just focus on what I'm doing. I have a big thing where it's like you just fuck with the people who fuck with you. Right. You know, and I make sure I always try to make an emphasis that I spend my time building with people who want to build with me, and instead of arguing with those who don't. So I just stay out of everything, you know, and just focus on the people who are giving me their ears and their energy and allowing me to create the soundtrack to their life. So I feel good. There's a lot of good things going on. There's a lot of impact being made, and it's all within the positive space of how I want it to be. So it's like I'm receiving the same energy I'm putting out. So I'm in a good spot.
I think like what you just said, you know, most artists are so worried about the people who have negative shit to say. Right. Or the people who are like, well, you know, you should be doing this, or this is that, or this is corny, or whatever, as opposed to focusing on like the people who really fuck with what you're doing and just doing more of that and growing that out, as opposed to worrying about like those people probably weren't gonna fuck with you anyway. You
know? I've always been like that. Like they used to call me an aloof. I don't know, you ever heard of an aloof, where it's just like,
I've heard that word.
Yeah, like
I don't know what the fuck it means.
I've just always been in my own world. And if you're not providing positive energy in that world, you get absolutely no energy from me.
I feel like you're very, I wouldn't say anti-industry, but you're here despite not being quote unquote an industry guy, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. I don't know like anyone within it, or I never had any ties to it. So it's just like, I don't even look at it like that. I try not to even use that word. I just look at it. I'm a business.
You're a byproduct of what you do, and
right.
You like you said, you have your business model,
right,
and it works. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like the first time I met you was like maybe 2017 or 18.
Yeah, it was when
you had
that first time I came out to California, or second time.
I feel like you were managed by the dude with pink hair now who sings. The photo guy, what's his name? He was with you. I don't know if he managed you.
That was
Nathan.
Yeah.
That's by the way, totally side interesting. That guy's like making music now.
That's awesome. He didn't make music back then, but that's dope, man. I'm happy for him.
But yeah, no, it's been crazy because like I feel like you have kind of amassed this like family thing with your fans where, you know, very much like what you do is like make sure like all your fans feel connected to you. And, you know, I feel like more artists should do that because, you know, word of mouth is probably the number one source of promotion. And if you have like this group of fans that feel like they're a part of something, they're going to tell their friends. And
And me, a big thing, like I don't even like the word fan. Like I call it fam, like supporters. I hate, it's weird. I just don't like that word. You know what I mean? And I just sort of live like that. So it's like, my goal is to always provide more value than they're providing me. Like I'm trying to over deliver, you know? So I think it's like the people that fuck with me, they feel like they're gaining something out of, you know, being along with the journey.
How important has it been for you to focus? So, cause you know, I feel like sometimes artists make the mistake of like spreading themselves too thin on so many different platforms. All your music is on Spotify.
Right.
You have tons of listeners on Spotify, but I feel like you really doubled down on YouTube.
Right.
And like building a community on YouTube.
Yeah. My first thing I said to myself was, you know, you got to do more than you're paid for, and eventually you'll be paid for more than you do. So YouTube for me was actually the last thing I focused on because it was the one platform that was providing like a monetary gain. So I started off with Instagram and Facebook in the very beginning. I was like, okay, let me just see if I can find like-minded people who are going to enjoy. At that time was my spoken word poetry. So, you know, I used to, you know, follow all these things like Button Poetry and all these other poetry pages, and just like people who engaged with that type of content.
Right.
When I would drop my poems and my motivational speeches, I would hit them up and be like, hey, if you like this or it affected you in any type of way, could you share it with 2 people? And once I gained, you know, a group of people who like that on those 2 platforms where everything was completely like free, even though YouTube's not like, people aren't paying, but I gained money off there.
Yeah, you can, I mean, at the time you couldn't really monetize Facebook. Now you can, but back then you couldn't.
Right. So I told myself, okay, once I hit 100,000 followers on Instagram, that was when I was going to transition to now putting my videos on YouTube.
So was this technically before you were making music, or was this right in the beginning?
Yeah, this was I dropped my first song September 1st, 2016. So this was March, April 2016 when I started the poetry stuff, and that was like a 6-month period.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. And for people who don't know, another part of your story that you allude to a lot is like you were a janitor.
Right. A lot of people know that, but you know what I mean?
Your fans know that.
Yeah. I was an overnight janitor. So once I lost my Division I scholarship, went to D2, it was a smaller school, private Catholic school. Like, you know, there was like 800 people living on campus. I needed money. So I became an overnight janitor on campus. And I did that for about 2.5 years.
And while you were doing the janitor thing, this is when you were like also doing the poetry thing? Was it kind of like, were they synonymous with each other?
In the beginning, it was just like I was doing my janitor job in the poetry department. It was called De Matias Hall, which was attached to where we played basketball.
Got you.
So it's like I was still in school, still playing basketball, doing all that stuff. But I always say like I was around all these poetry events so much and all these other things that I don't know if maybe that had an influence on me. And then one day we went to go play Arkansas Fort Smith, and on the bus I wrote my first poem.
Wow. That's
and
crazy,
I looked at it and I was like, wow, I think this is what I'm supposed to be doing for the rest of my life.
What about like, you know, coming from, because you're from Ottawa,
yeah,
which is in Canada. I don't know if a lot of people know that you're Canadian. You're not like gangbanging Canada like that all the time. I think your fans.
Oh, I throw it up.
Your fans know.
Yeah, 613 Ottawa.
613?
Right.
Is it the 6 or is the...
I think that's Toronto. The 6 is Toronto.
I think we're the, yours I think we're the
third,
6 too?
The third.
You could be like the 6th also?
The 6th. 1/6.
Yeah.
I think we say the third though, but like I left Ottawa when I was 18. I wasn't even making music at all. So it was like my connection to like the Ottawa music is now building.
Is your family still out there?
We're scattered.
So like, how'd you grow up? Did you grow up with both parents, or what's your like?
So I was born in Newfoundland, then we moved to Ottawa. My dad's been working in the U.S. for a while, since I was like 6 maybe. So it was like he would come back.
Got you.
A couple times a year.
So your dad would work in the States and then come back.
Right, a couple times a year.
Got you. So your pops is in the States.
Yeah.
Nice. That's what's up. What about your mom? Your mom's still out there?
She's in Canada.
Shout out to Canada. Do you go back often?
I do, man. Honestly, I'm rarely even come to California as much anymore unless I'm filming music videos. But I like to just like, I'll go to Montana and just like chill in a hotel, or I'll go back to Kansas. Basically wherever like I have roots, I just like to like circulate so I can have this continuous feeling of reality.
That's real. Hey, that's some real shit.
Yeah.
LA's a weird place. Like, I feel like, you know, it's very easy to get wrapped up into the LA shit. And my LA shit, how about this? I don't even mean LA shit. I mean just the music industry that is here in LA.
Right.
What comes along with that. A lot of people who move out here, you know, being in the Valley, whatever it is. How do you feel like you haven't gotten wrapped up? Because I feel like the only time you really got wrapped up in some like rapper shit was like whatever happened with Tory Lanez, which was that was like 3 or 4 years ago.
3 years ago, man.
Yeah, that was a while ago. But like, how did you like? You've managed to kind of, I guess, avoid a lot of the stuff that I see so many artists go through when they come to LA. Like, I feel like every time I see you, you're by yourself. Like, you're very low key. You're very, you know, you're very much like we talked earlier. You're just kind of on an island.
Yeah, that's just how I've always been. You know, even my mom's like that. Like, she'll just be in like one spot. I'll be like, "Mom, are you bored?" She's like, "No, Danny, I'm just here. I'm just praying. I'm just happy." You know what I mean? I'm very much like that too. Very simple.
We got to stop the interview real quick, man. Shout out to our sponsors at Blue Chew. The good thing about Blue Chew, not only does it make that dick fucking, you know what I mean? Get that thing swinging like it never swung before. But what I love about Blue Chew is it's all online, man. You know, usually when you want to go and get some of that, some of that good, some of that Blue Chew, maybe some Viagra. First of all, it's got the same exact active ingredients as Viagra and as Cialis, but you don't have to go into the doctor's office to get it, all right? All you got to do is go to bluechew.com. You have an online consultation, and then they discreetly send it to you. And it's also discreet billing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Let me tell you something. Maybe you got a first date. You want to make sure you blow the back out that thing. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Pop that Blue Chew. It's a chewable form. Some people don't like swallowing pills. Ladies are going to love to swallow you, though, once you're on that Blue Chew. I'll tell you that much, bud. For sure. So what you got to do is go to bluechew.com, use the promo code BOOTLEG, and you're going to get a month supply of Blue Chew for free. All right? You're going to thank me later for this.
But I would say that I forgot the question. What was the motherfucking question?
Now, how did you just avoid like kind of some of the pitfalls people fall into coming and chasing the industry in LA?
I would say it's because, like I said, my goal was never to make music. So it's like I didn't grow up wanting to be
a rapper.
Right. You know what I mean? And even before I started rapping, you know, I consider myself an artist, but
right.
It started with poetry and motivational speaking. Because when I first started, I was like, I don't know if I can fit into this because I don't think I'm really of the lifestyle that I see is most portrayed, which is why for me poetry was the natural thing. And then even once I started rapping, I was like, how am I going to coexist within this space when I don't really fit into what the norm is? Then I figured out a way to merge my poetry and make music with it. So it's like it's never been my goal to, you know, I don't know, whatever I guess. And LA is a thing where it's like, I tell people all the time, when you come to LA, it'll trick you because you're so close yet so far. Facts. I remember like my first parties, like I go to the parties and I'm like, yo, that's. And you get like people's numbers and it's all dope. And then like once you wake up and you're no longer drunk, like no one replies and like you're far as hell away.
That's such a real statement.
Right. So I had an 8-month period when I first came here where I was going to a bunch of events.
Yeah.
I was drinking every night. I was at the parties. I was trying to get it in. You know, I just finished college basketball. You know, I was doing my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just sort of, I found myself and I was like, man, the person who's going to change my life is the person in the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I always tell everybody don't like if you worry so much about the things that you can't control, you're going to drive yourself crazy.
Right.
If you focus everything in like the things that you have control over, you should be all right.
Right. That was a big thing for me in 2022. Focus on what I can control. So yeah.
You have had a bunch of like, I wouldn't say a bunch, but I feel like you have had a plethora of haters in the hip hop world.
I don't think so.
Well, I've had like artists. Who did you have? I don't know if you even. There was an artist who came on my show that
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to go.
I don't even know who it was.
Right.
It was like I don't know. I can't even remember who it was.
Yeah.
I think it was another YouTube guy.
Okay.
And I don't even distinct you as a YouTube guy, but
thank you. But nothing wrong with that.
The Tory Lanez thing. What happened there?
Are you asking me the story?
Yeah. What
3 years later?
Give us.
Man, I've talked about that story so much. All I would say at the end of the day was a misunderstanding. Honestly, Tory Lanez has always been one of my favorite artists growing up.
From Canada,
right? And I think it was just a misunderstanding. It was me, like I said, it was my first or second year in the music industry. Mm-hmm. And one thing I learned from the situation that I do want to say to all men out there is that regardless of who was right or wrong, you know, whatever energy you put out into the world, sometimes it comes back to you. Yeah. So that's one thing I learned and grew as a man from that situation. And to me, I have nothing but love for the man. I think, you know, I'm thankful that everything turned out well, and I'm able to speak about it and just.
That is real though. Sometimes like the energy, like you said, man, if you're moving a certain way, sometimes it just, you might not even connect the dots.
Right. So no, I grew from the situation, and if I could go back, I would, you know, I wouldn't even drop the diss track. I think I never want to use my words to tear anyone down again. And I learned, and I'm growing, I'm happy. That's fair.
You recently did a record with Trippy and a video with Trippy, which was
I Don't Want Another Sorry. Yep.
Big deal. Big dope video too. What, like, that's somebody who, you know, is obviously a superstar in his own right. Yeah. How did that happen?
That was actually like a 3-year process. It was crazy. It was like I was actually in the studio when I'm looking up because I got to look into my brain to find this. I was in the studio when him and Juice WRLD made that song that goes, "Oh, with the Burberry on."
Right. So you're in the studio with him and Juice WRLD?
Yeah, there was a bunch of people there.
Okay.
That was like, you know, back in the days when I was like first out here and just like going to a bunch of things. So that was a cool moment. Met them there, and then I opened up for Juice WRLD in Santa Ana at a show, which was dope. So I knew him from there. And then I put out She Cheated Again. I had that song next, tried to get him on that song. Then I saw him at Rolling Loud. Another year went by, finally got him on the song. Then another year went by, finally got the video done. So it was like a 3-year.
Is it like that much harder, even though you know somebody, but when they're like Trippy Red and there's label red tape and you're an independent artist who's just doing this shit, is that why there's a delay? Because it's so hard to get a record clear like that?
Yeah, and then just dealing with, you know, like, you know, two grown men on different schedules, things connecting, you know, wanting to like, you know, be there when it's made, or then wanting the video to, you know, get the best out of someone.
Yeah, because I'm sure you could have like gotten the video done if you would have just sent like a videographer to him. And
right, there was a chance to do that as well, but like, you know, I'll just wait.
Yeah, because your videos are very they're crazy.
Thank you.
You got some of the best videos in the game, man.
Wow, it's love. Thank you.
Nah, I feel like your videos are very much like when you come up with give me your like timeline. So you come up with an idea for a song.
Right.
You record the song.
Well, I never come up with an idea for a song. I hear the beat, and then whatever starts, I go.
So that's where, okay, so
right.
so
the beat will play, and I'll like get my first words out. And then depending on what those first words are, I'll determine the importance of that song.
Gotcha.
For example, Dear Alcohol, Lex played the beat, and I was like, I got wasted because I didn't want to deal with myself tonight. And then once I said that, I was like, wow, this is an important one, so I want to take my time and make sure this is written well.
Finished you finish the song, then does the video idea come in right away, or do you start plotting that?
No, once I finish the song, I decide like a name, because I was going to originally call the song I Got Wasted. Then I was like, I don't think so. But then I remembered that I had made a poem called Dear Alcohol 6 years ago. That was one of my first poems I ever wrote. It was called Dear Alcohol. So I was like, wow, I think this is the song that was supposed to go with that poem. And then after I made that, I was like, okay, now the video. So it's like it goes beat, lyrics, song name, then okay, now put a video to it.
And then just bringing the vision to life,
right,
visually. What is your, what's the most expensive video you've done? Because you got some pretty outlandish videos where I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah. I don't even know. I shot so many videos. I shot like 30 something videos last year. Only put out like 20 of them, 24. I work with people who really help me not make them too expensive. Like the team, like, you know, whether I work with Moses, Israel, or I work with Logan, Mice, it's like I've been working with them so long that they like know I'm on an independent budget, so we like are able to like a video like some people like, oh, that shit $100,000 when it was like maybe like 18 to 25 because we cut all these corners and you know what I mean. So I'd probably say like 25.
That's not bad. You're still very much like kind of, because I think some artists might not understand the importance of doing like, if you're like a rapper, I think that I've seen so many artists catch a break by jumping on older beats. Like you, I feel like some of your biggest YouTube videos are freestyles. Or
yeah, back in the day, I'm happy now that all my biggest videos are singles. But there was a time when a lot of my bigger videos were like I had
you do the Rap God
remix, I had the Kill Shot remix, I had obviously my Tupac remixes went crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but you'll still do those. Like, is that because like your fans love those? So you're like, yo, I got to do these for the fans.
To me, that's more just like sharpening and getting better at the skill of rap. I feel like it's like my obligation to like continue to improve myself and get better. So I like to challenge myself and either hop on like legendary beats and try to see what I can do, or just, you know, like you got to put these words together. You know, you got to challenge yourself with the bars and have fun with it. So,
do you feel like you've gotten like, you know, I feel like every, you know, you haven't been making music that long.
Yeah, it's been 5 years.
It's pretty crazy. And, you know, I've heard the improvement in you as like, just as an MC. Do you feel like, you know, like sometimes when you go back and listen to some of your older shit, is it like, because you're obviously better now than you were then.
Right.
I know sometimes artists hate to listen to old shit because of that. Like, do you ever go back and listen to old shit and be like, damn?
I listen to old shit. Very, very rarely do I listen to old stuff, but I'm not gonna lie. Like I came in pretty good. You know, like I was remixing the like Hit 'Em Up, and that was my first year of rapping. And it's like I know if I went back now, I could put better bars on it for sure.
Right, but it wasn't like.
But I was storytelling where I was at the point in time. Right. So it's like I don't think I can even, you know.
Are you like? It feels like you're not the album type of guy.
Oh, I am. So, but I just refuse to. I dropped my first album, Pain Paints Paintings. I think it's a masterpiece. I love it. To me, you know, and it's like when you're independent and you make music, like I don't make throwaway songs.
Right.
You know, like every single song, not even like I don't choose to, that's just how my brain works. Is every single song has a meaning. It's boom, 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 boom. So like I consider my album like 14 single songs, maybe besides one or two.
Yeah, if you throw an album out, right, there's going to be song. I mean, you could probably, in theory, put an album out and have every single song have a video.
Right, and that's why my Pain Paints Paintings album, I'm making a music video for every song.
It's probably more effective to do it the way you're doing it, though, in terms of just like the attention.
Right. It depends. If you believe in each of your songs, I would make a video from like I'm making a video for each song because I believe in each song that much, and I believe each song deserves a video.
That's some good shit, man.
It's just like I really do like my goal every year is to go broke shooting videos. That's like my goal.
So you reinvest all the money that's coming in.
All of it. But I'm also lucky to just be like, you know, I was born on a rock in Newfoundland. So like I'm not a materialistic guy. So like I'm lucky to not want anything. I'm fine with the way I'm living, and so I like to make videos.
So the money that comes in goes right back out.
Yeah, all of it.
That's the Mr. Beast mentality. I just watched. You know who Mr. Beast is?
Yeah.
I just watched a YouTube video, an interview with him. He was talking about like he's like all the money I make, they go back into the videos.
Right. I'm just like I just shot 3 music videos, and then like, you know, I'm paying for those, and then I'll make another song, and I'm trying to shoot a music video for every song in the album, and then I'm trying to make this movie.
You're making a movie?
I'm making a movie.
Oh wow!
I'm making a movie for my album.
I feel like you. I mean, you be acting your ass off, and
right. These videos, they do get pretty intricate.
No, they get very intricate.
Yeah,
the Joker shit is fucking crazy.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, it's like
that was fun for sure.
Fucking wild shit you be doing in some of these videos.
Yeah, it's definitely
Jesus
wild.
Shit, all kinds of shit.
Jesus Christ himself. God is good.
Are you obviously you're a Christian guy?
Yeah, I grew up Christian and all that stuff. I'm definitely a Christian, but I'm not big on religion. You know, growing up, my mom took us to Catholic church.
Okay.
I mean, Christian, Catholic, boom, boom, boom. You know, Anglican. You know, the Jamaicans down the street, my boys, they were, 7 days Adventist. So like my mom would let me go do that. Like as long as the connection with God was there,
she'd let you.
It was cool. So it's like, I try not to stress too much the relationship between myself and a religion, and try to stress more the relationship between me and God. One of my goals for 2022 though was to go to church more. So.
When was the last time you went to church?
About December and November.
Out here?
I think I was out here. I went to a place called Church Home.
There's some weird church. I drive by this place in Hollywood. It's called Mosaic, and I always thought it was like a museum because it looked like some fly hipster museum. And I just found out like 3 days ago it was a church, and I was like, what? Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, they got churches out here like liquor stores. On every corner.
It's big business.
Yeah, man.
Big business.
Big business.
Big business. Yo, we got to stop the interview real quick. Shout out to our presenting sponsor, Odd Socks, baby. Hey, man, listen. All I keep on my ass is Odd Socks drawers. All I keep on my feet are Odd Socks. You know why? Because they're the most comfortable socks in the world. And I'm not just saying this because they promote the podcast. I'm telling you, the socks are crazy. They got all the licenses. Look, they got Halloween socks. They have Back to the Future socks. They got fucking Twizzler socks. Old Dirty Bastard socks, RIP to ODB. All right, they also got their drawers if you want to wear some underwear with pizza on them, whatever you need. But my favorite are the Odd Socks Basics, baby. These are just the plain boys. These, to me, are the most comfortable socks in the world, all right? So trust me when I say go to oddsocksofficial.com. Thank me later when you go to checkout, buying the most comfortable socks in the world. Get some WWE socks, too. I just saw a sneak peek of the new WWE line, and they're fucking insane. Go to oddsocksofficial.com. Use the promo code BOOTLEGKEV. That's one word together, BOOTLEGKEV. We should talk to them about shortening that. BOOTLEGKEV is the promo code. You will get 20% off at checkout. One more time, go to oddsocksofficial.com, save 20% off using that promo code BOOTLEGKEV. Let's get back to the interview. What are some things you learned, obviously, touring with Tech N9ne, and you guys,
man.
His tour is an interesting,
amazing.
There's rules, there's a handbook.
Yeah. See, it was easy for me.
Yeah, because you ain't with none of that fuck shit.
Right, and I've never done any drugs.
Well, I know people who have gone on tour with Tech N9ne and absolutely hated it, got fined, got kicked off.
Oh, wow.
MGK fucking hated it.
Oh, wow.
Freddie Gibbs hated it. A lot of people hated it.
See, I was right at home.
But you're like, this is great.
Yeah, I'm military, man. I'm doing, 500 to 1,000 push-ups a day, drinking 8 bottles of water. Like, I don't do any drugs. I drink.
Right.
I mean, not right now, but I did then. That was actually the tour that was crazy, 55. That was my first year touring. I did 100 shows that year.
Wow.
The Tech N9ne tour, then my own tour America, then my own tour Canadian, and I went to the UK and did shows too.
That's crazy.
So that was the year that really got me into the drinking habit, and then the pandemic happened right after I got off my tour.
When you're on the road, I feel like drinking is probably readily available. It's like the thing to do to pass time.
And that first tour, I had to get the first tour jitters out. You know what I mean? So I was drinking before the show, after the show. We was getting,
So you're sober at the moment?
Yes, I haven't been drinking now. I was 30 days on March 23rd. I'm trying not to do the counting thing too much, though. Because I already count the hell of shit. I'm the type of guy who counts my steps, so it's like, I'm trying not to count.
Is it like a thing with alcohol where you're like, I got a serious problem? Or it's like, listen, I could drink and be fine, but I'd rather not?
With me, the way my brain works is I don't know, because I'm still such a functioning person. Like, I was the type of person where it was like, you can even ask the people on the Tech N9ne tour. I would take shots of tequila and do 500 to 1,000 push-ups before the show.
Right.
That's just the type of person I am. Drinking could be I'll, take a shot of tequila, then send 1,000 emails. Yeah. So it never got in the way of what I was doing. So even when my mom was like, my mom was like, when I went back home to Canada one time, she's like, yo, you gotta stop drinking. She calls it the dark drink. She's from Nigeria.
The what drink?
The dark drink.
Was that your? Were you a dark liquor guy?
Nah. The Tech N9ne tour taught me that I should only drink tequila, if and when.
Yeah, dark liquor's different, man.
Right.
Give me vodka. Give me tequila.
The spirits.
That dark liquor though starts kicking in. It's when violence happens.
Right. But that's like I said, for me with my work ethic and everything, it was hard for me to be I think this is too much.
Right. So what did you learn from the tour though? Tech N9ne and just the whole strange. I'm surprised that did Travis try to sign you? I'm surprised he hadn't.
We talked about different things.
Yeah.
And then they also had a
They got the distribution company they launched. Right? Yeah.
So, but it was a great tour, man. I learned a lot. Obviously, Tech N9ne is one of the GOATs. Point blank. Period.
And that video you guys did was crazy.
Oh, came through faster.
There was like fucking all kinds of fighting and choreography.
Oh, that shit was crazy. We did that in Kansas City.
It was like fucking Blade.
Man, amazing. Yeah, we did that in Kansas City, and the best thing is to be able to learn from the greats. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you want a crash course in music, touring, performing. I mean, you go on tour with Tech N9ne, it's gonna heighten your skill.
Was Chris still on the tour at that time? Yeah.
Losing my voice.
Seeing those two guys together special. Whew. Man, the fucking the coordination, the choreography, the way that
all right, hey.
Shit is crazy.
That shit was
the popping and locking and shit.
That was a great time. That was a great time.
Yeah, no, Tech is in my opinion, the greatest. And listen, I saw Tech the tour that he was alone. This was
the recent one?
No, there was a tour before that where he didn't have Chris, where he was coming out as like 3 characters throughout the tour. I think he's the greatest performer in hip hop history, just because I've seen him for like 20 years do this shit, and like, what he does.
It's definitely like a different level. It's a different level, and I agree with you.
But back in the day when it was him, Chris Calico, and God damn it, how am I not remembering the third dude's name? Jesus Christ, I know the guy very well. There was the third guy. I need you to Google that because I feel terrible because I know this fucking guy. They call themselves the Unholy Trinity.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, it was kind of like not like official. Don't Google the Unholy Trinity because it's not going to come up. But that's just what
Trinity.
It was. Chris Calico, Tech N9ne, and
Cali baby.
What's the other guy? I have to get this right because I know this guy, and
I'm excited to hear because I didn't know.
I feel terrible. So it used to be 3 of them doing like dancing and like, I'll just look at one of his old albums that guy's on, but it was like the craziest shit I've ever seen. Like that shit was wild.
Right.
Chris Calico. Okay, we know that guy. Jesus Christ. It's got to be on the Tech N9ne Collabs album. I feel terrible for not remembering this, by the way. King Iso? No. King Iso was on the Rock song. I got to get it right, man. Tech N9ne Collabs. It's got to be on one of these. The Gates Mix Plate. Cut Calhoun. Fucking Cut Calhoun. God
I've
damn
heard
it.
that name a bunch, yeah.
How did I not? Sorry, Cut. I got Cut's fucking number on my phone. Jesus Christ. Cut Calhoun. Brain fart. That was crazy. Those 3 guys, peak like 08, 09, fucking wild, man.
08, 09, wow.
Those were good times, man. Shout out to Tech. Yeah, no, it's crazy because like most people don't approach tour the way that Strange Music approaches their tours. It's like a business. It's like, hey, we're on the like we're liable for all the shit that's happening on our tour.
Right.
So I think like every single rule that is in their rule book is because something has happened. There's a reason why that rule's there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they were saying.
Like you can't crowd surf because something happened.
Right.
You know, you can't have girls on the bus because something happened.
Right.
I mean, shit like that. So
yeah, that was super easy for me to adapt. I was like, I bet.
Are you big on like the merch shit? Do you sell a lot of merch?
I rarely advertise my merch, to be honest. I don't know. I've always just had a problem asking people for money. I don't know why, but you know, it's crazy. I went on my website the other day. Some stuff was sold out, so I felt good.
Yeah, but man, you should ask people for money, man. You're a business.
Yeah, I know. But no, people buy stuff, and I have it attached on the bottom of my YouTube now. They can do a thing where they put it on your YouTube.
Got you.
So now it's like all my videos, it's right in there. So that's why
they can click. And
right. A lot of things are like selling out now because it's fine. It just shows up there and I don't gotta say it.
Yo, we got to stop the interview real quick. Tell us about, I'm going to tell you about our partners at MyBookie, man. Make sure you go to mybookie.ag right now. It's gambling season. NBA playoffs are about to start. What are we doing? You can still get your futures in on the MVP vote as well. You can bet on everything at MyBookie, man. So look, what you got to do is go to mybookie.com right now. Just go to MyBookie, use the promo code Bootleg when you sign up for a new account. This is important. When you sign up for a new account, use that promo code Bootleg, and they will give you a deposit match, free money, up to $1,000. So if you sign up and you put $200 in, they're going to give you another $200 to bet with. 1,000, they're going to give you another 1,000 to bet with. Let's go for the Suns all the way. Just throw all your money on the Phoenix Suns, all right? And then bet that the Warriors won't make it out of the first fucking round because Jokic is going to fucking pound them in their ass. Probably great odds on that one. Anyway, mybookie.ag, MyBookie, just fucking Google the shit. MyBookie, use the promo code Bootleg, and they will match your deposit free money up to $1,000. Let's get back to the interview with T-Rail. What are the things that because I feel like, you say you reinvest everything into the videos. Right. But at some point in time, you have to I don't know, upgrade things in life. You want to, at what point in time do you start taking some money and putting it to the side? I'm sure you might be already doing that to an extent.
To the side?
Yeah, like you might not be rapping in 10 years. You want to have some sort of.
But I mean, music is I think music's a better investment than.
Because no matter what, it's going to always be
creating money.
Yeah. Right. Your catalog's always going to, every month.
And I own it.
So you're just going straight, let's just run this catalog up.
Yeah.
What would make you sign? Like, is there any situation where you could see yourself signing a major record deal?
If they can help me spread my message to the world without me having to compromise any of what I want to create, when I want to drop it, and just anything that deviates or goes outside of my moral compass. Not saying I don't even believe in all the hubbub, like, oh, sell your soul, blah blah blah. Right. I don't prescribe to any of that. I just think, but you still have to. It's a business deal, and there's going to be things within that deal that you have to follow. So if I need it to be,
you need to have creative control, and for sure. And then I think owning your masters is like the one thing artists always fuck off, because they look at that dollar amount that a label offers them, and then they're like, "Here, take it. give me the $1 million."
Yeah. So yeah, I would, if it can, it just has to be right.
Have you been close ever?
No. There was like when she cheated again and all these songs were blowing up, and even now I still visit a bunch, but it's like with the state and place I'm at, it's sort of like people are asking, well, what do you want to do?
Yeah. You don't need, honestly, you don't, I mean, they might hire you to help them with their artists, low key.
Hey, they be telling me, we be telling our artists to watch what you do.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So it's humbling. It's nice.
Now that we're kind of out of the pandemic-ish, are you going to be going back out on the road at all?
Yeah, I'm going to do a Canadian tour, I think, this year. I think I'm going to the UK. I think I'm going to Africa, to Scotland, Ireland.
Scotland?
Switzerland.
Fire.
Some dope places.
Do you still do the thing where you like DM your fans and tell them like, yo, share this with 2 people type shit?
I DM every day. I'm always replying. It's no longer like, oh, share this anymore. It's more just like, I appreciate you. Thank you. And I have like an ongoing of like probably like 200 DMs of people who are always floating to the top because they're always hitting me up. I'm just in conversation. It's like it's like brushing my teeth now, just like interacting with the people who fuck with me. So it's just an everyday thing.
Any Dax tattoos out there?
Bro, there's like 10,000 plus Dax tattoos.
Really?
Yeah, there's one. This dude just got one on his face. There's a bunch of face ones. One of the dudes who just won a PS5 for my contest, I opened up the DM, and in 2020, he sent me a picture of like his Dax tattoo here.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
There's 10,000?
There's 10,000 plus. Especially when I get like tattoos like I don't want another sorry or dear mom, everything you did was worth it. Like a bunch of people get those ones.
What's the crazy? Is there like one that was so crazy that you were like, "Hey, you get shows forever. Just hit me."
Like the face tattoo was crazy. That is a dope idea though, to say like, but I don't want to promote people to get Dax face tattoos.
Yeah,
I think it was dope that he got one. That's my guy.
Well, he's got your face on his face.
No, he's got like my name tatted here, and it's fire. But I have a lot of people with like I have a Joker tattoo right here. A lot of people have that one. But yeah, I should start doing something. That's crazy. That's dope.
Yeah, but you also.
But I don't want to. Like I said, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Promote face tattoos.
Yeah, it's like it's cool.
Yeah, I like the most. The ones I like most is like when people get my lyrics tatted. That's dope.
That's probably because it means that your lyrics kind of.
And they put the little like dash and like a Dax beside it. It's fire.
What's next for you, man?
Man, continue to make an impact this year. I got some of the most impactful songs of all time dropping with amazing visuals. So that's what's next. Just continue to touch people with it, do more shows, shake more hands, kiss more babies, you know, start a family, you know, find a wife, you know, just the life things.
Start a family, find a wife is important.
Right.
What the girl who is the inspiration for the Cheated records? What's she doing?
I don't talk to her. I don't know.
Have you heard? Like, I'm just saying you're like super popping now. So like, I'm assuming like she probably regrets fucking you over.
Man.
And does she know that those songs are about her?
I mean, yeah. You know, obviously, it was definitely a crazy time, but I pray for her. I really don't know. I don't stay in contact with anyone I used to talk to.
For people who go through that shit, like getting cheated on could be like, if it feels like when it happens, the absolute worst thing in the fucking world that could happen to you.
And especially because it's like, you never hear it from the man's perspective. I think just now, like even we were talking about before, but like the different like podcasts of like men talking about their gripes and things, that's new in the space for like, from the past till now, it's always been like women telling about these things. So I think like the reason that song resonated so much because there's like, it was the first time a man was sort of like, he went through this and like telling the story.
Yeah, no, it's real. And like, it is the worst. Like when you're going through that shit with someone you think you love, it's like the worst shit you could go through. Yeah. It feels like your life's going to end. Like you'll put it all on the fucking line. Times, like man. It'll get you out of your character. Yeah. There's nothing like that will get somebody out of their character more than that specific situation, I feel like.
Right. Just tired, all just wanting to sleep.
Yeah, sleep it off. You'll be fucking depressed in bed all fucking day. Right. It's the worst, dude, for real. Yeah, and I've definitely been cheated on. So I definitely, but like, what would be some advice you'd give to somebody who might have went through something like that?
Man, I always say, you know, time heals all wounds. Some wounds just take longer than others. It's really tough. Write some goals, work towards something, and have that thought in your mind that you're gonna glow up on that person.
And go fuck another bitch. It helps.
Right. Get it out. Do your thing.
It does help.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Go ahead and, you know.
Bust down a stranger real quick.
Yeah, you know.
Not too much of a stranger, obviously.
Right. It's tough. I mean, shit. Yeah.
No, it's definitely tough, man. Will there be another album coming?
I mean, eventually. I have no plans for it. When I have a bunch of stuff ready at all times, I'm always locked and loaded.
Right.
I don't know. It's just like, it's like, I feel like when you make songs like I make and you put all this effort into it, it's like, it's very, like if I drop another album, it's definitely going to be with a major label because I refuse to put that much effort in with all these types of crazy songs and it not get somewhat of what it deserves.
Any other big collabs? You just dropped the record with Snow recently.
Right,
you got
Fire.
Yeah.
That was great too. I was so happy when that one came out because that itself was a 3-year process as well.
Really?
That was a 3-year process.
When did you guys shoot the video? Recently?
It was December. It was like November.
Okay.
But I remember I first saw Snow, like when I used to, like my first year here, when I came out here, like that 8-month period, I went to some interview and I interviewed on a show and then she was on the bigger interview after me.
Oh, nice.
And then like I put her on my story and then she like hit me back. I was like, oh, this is lit.
Shout out to Snow.
We just stayed in contact for 3 years and then finally made a song. So.
Yeah, she's dope. And she's finally like, I feel like finally getting like the love she deserves.
Right.
The Spanish shit is going crazy. She's on fire for sure. Well, go follow my guy Dax.
Dax!
Is there a name for that? Is that like you've been doing that forever?
For a while.
For a very long time.
I sort of do it now just to please the people. You know? But now I call it the tag. What do you tag?
It's the tag.
Ad-lib.
Yeah. It's
Dax.
It's Dax. I like it.
Yes, sir.
Boom. Appreciate you pulling up, man.
Thank you, man.
Boom.